Hi friends! Welcome again to another video for my Simplicity Journal. Here we are with another page. And as you see from the title, this time we're going to talk about order. I think having everything in order, a place for everything, is definitely part of simplifying. If you would like to join me in this little craft and journal activity, then feel free to download your pages from the link below. Because it's all related to order, I've given it a playful twist related to ordering at a restaurant. Ready to order. I place my order for things to fall into order. So I'm going to get started by cutting out all the pictures and words and phrases, and then I'll see which ones I end up using for this page. I love to add pictures and images to anything in my journal because it helps things really stick in my mind. And when I can give it a little word picture like ready to order, I'm thinking, imagining myself at a restaurant, how I order a menu. It makes me think about how I can also decide to put order into my life in order to simplify. So some things might be very practical, down to earth. Other things might be more mindful, emotional. And for me these days, they tie in so much together. So when we place an order, we decide what we want. We don't decide what someone else wants. We don't decide because somebody else is choosing a certain menu. We decide what is right for us. We decide what is good for us. So this is how I want to choose order in my life, finding a place for things, even finding and making time for things. That's also order. Putting things on a planner, on a calendar. Choosing order is deciding what I want to use my time for. I like this little menu board, but I'm not sure if it's going to fit on my page. I'm just cutting it out for now. So this is a project for those who are artistic and creative, and also simple enough for those who aren't. So if you just want to challenge yourself a little bit in this area, but most of all, you want to simplify in your life, and also you're into personal growth and well-being, then this project is for you. So to get started, I'm going to take my little journal, which is just a little notebook with white pages. And now that I've cut all my pictures, I'm not going to use them all, but I just like having a clear overview of what possibilities I might want to explore for this page. If you've joined me in other videos like this, you'll notice that I have my own style, but each page is a little bit different. And that's what I love about this project. Nothing has to be a certain way. You just play around and go with the flow. It's almost like I'm putting this page in order. I've added a few little phrases. What's on the menu? Today's special, ready to order. Chaos is order waiting to be realigned. For a peaceful mind and a harmonious life. A nourishing selection to help me find balance, clarity, and peace. So those are really my 3 top keywords related to order. Finding balance, clarity, and peace. And that's why I want to simplify in this way. I put in order the things that feel like overwhelm. That's something that I'm working through lately. I seem to get overwhelmed about the smallest little detail. Order begins within. When I clear my mind, my life feels more put in order. So that confirms the inner work, the personal development work, personal growth, because when I make time for that, when I prioritize that, I know that things just end up falling into place. Smoother, easier, and for my good. So the instructions: use these playful pages to create your own calming menu, designed to bring more harmony and order into your life. Again, harmony and order, those are the key. Choose the words, phrases, and images that you'd like to fill your journal page or life with. So it's up to you to create this, to design this how you want it, how it speaks to you most. So here are some of the warm teas that I wanted to remind myself of and enjoy, relax into for a bit more order: serenity, simplicity, tranquility, stability, clarity. So, again, all these are little word pictures for me and help me to remember my entree, the main dish, side dish, dessert, and drinks. So I'm just going to place it all here. I'm just kind of placing things that I want to add on this page in place. So here's the drinks, desserts. Maybe this could be a side dish, entree, and a meal. So I kind of made one picture to fit each of these. I did lots of drinks for fun and some utensils. Oh, I did make a little couple desserts, and the rest is just flowers and leaves and decors. Some little napkins. So I want all these things to kind of mean something for me. I'm going to put these away for now. Use this as my title. It's my main title. So it can match with all the other titles that I've used for this book. I might even want to use this. I like the little blackboard. And then I'm thinking of using each of these. I'm going to place these some other way. I like that it gives a little bit of contrast to my page. Choices, choices. Maybe I gave myself too many options here. I'm not simplifying my design work here. But I love the play, the curiosity, the trying it out. See what fits, see what suits me, see what calls out to me. So I'm using a thicker cardboard, maybe 120 grams, and I'm going to put my little menus on here, kind of like a menu card, just like we would find at a restaurant. Here's my main dish. I'm gonna start gluing it down. So how about I use these little cards and slip them in to the back of the board there. There's my little menu. Already glue this. So I'm choosing the cool drinks for now because we're in summer, but in winter I would probably choose the other ones. I'm gonna find some way to use my teapot and teacup because I love that. Put these in order. So start with the entree, the main dish, the side dish, and the drinks. So here I'm going to glue the whole bottom part and this side and the top, making sure I leave this whole part open. See how they all fit in. So here's my placemat. The reason I've made these letters is because I wrote myself a little acronym with each letter of the word order. Wow, there's a lot I want to fit into this page. And here I'm going to cover this with something, maybe some quotes. Order is a loving art, a practice of simplifying, creating space, and finding balance. Again, that's what I want to be reminded of. I could use my little card paper to make a pocket here. I don't need the instructions. could glue this here and then also use it as a pocket. So I have space to write something else in here. And for the plate, I might also add a little piece of washi tape. Might make it easier to keep these on here, and then open it up and read my acronym. Just going to use normal paper. It just looks like the letters are popping up. I like lifting things in order to lift other things. So what if I had to lift this up in order to lift this up and then this up? I like those little hidden pockets. Playful and fun, and just gives a little adventure, surprise twist to it. So if I want to make this a pocket, I'm going to just put glue on the bottom and the side. I think I'm going to add all these. I'm ready to order, and these are the little keys I want to order. I'm going to link these together and then see how to fold it. Might make a little accordion style, and with tranquility, because it has no place to glue anything. I'm going to fold it in 4. So that one I can glue on here, and one I can glue on my book. So when I lift it, it will be something like that. I have all my pretty flowers, which I want to include some around my page. Of course, some of the greenery, strawberries. This is what makes the page beautiful. So here, put this right here because it has to do with the drinks. And then each time I open it, I want to tell myself a little gift I can give myself related to each one. What's a gift of serenity I can gift myself today? Stability, simplicity, clarity, tranquility. If I had more space, I would write them down, but this will have to do for now. If I have my other journal that I love to fill up when these pages are too full, which is my journal that I just write anything and everything. So I would just go to the next page, the next blank page, and write down something more specific about this page. How do I want to experience these teas in relation to putting a bit more order in my life? So the possibilities of writing, journaling, questioning are endless. And that's what I love about journaling. It just takes me to another world. But I know I need to know when to stop as well, because I can get carried away sometimes thinking of too many things that I want to write and include in my journals. So I have to find the balance. So there's my little design, and I'm going to take a little pause because I have duties calling for me. I need to prepare lunch. I have a couple phone calls to make, and I'll come back to this in a little bit to do some doodles and some personal journaling. I decided to take my little journal time and do it off camera because it was probably going to take a long time. And now I'm just going to show you the end result. of what it looks like now. I also took a little moment to doodle and add some extra touches of art because I love to do that. I put these papers in a little flap like this so that it's easier to come in and out from the back of the board here. And on each of the cards, I wrote down a few things that I thought could be fitting for them. So for example, the entree, I called them peaceful beginnings. This is my gentle morning routine to get the day started. I thought that was a good definition for my entree. And the ingredients I put for this time were quiet reflection, meditation time, a touch of nature's beauty, because this is when I step out into my garden and look at my beautiful flowers, maybe give them a little trimming, do a bit of weeding. Another important ingredient is my journaling time, seasoned with playful creativity and art, because I always love to include beautiful things, whether it's crafts, cutouts, doodles, or a little sprinkle of color throughout. And then focus on intentional well-being. Now, my main dishes would be the harmony platter, a balanced day seasoned with organization, structure, and simplicity. Some ingredients: presence, to be in the moment. Clear priorities. I list my top 3 to-dos. That way I can get those done without being overwhelmed with too much. Clarity on my whys related to my projects and ideas. A drizzle of purpose, true to my values and tastes. Self-worth, an important one, to validate myself, even if no one else sees me. And lastly, willingness to challenge myself, which is what I feel is growth, learning for me, being willing to face my fears, take some risks. Some side dishes. Balance on the side. It's comforting side dishes to help me stay steady and grounded. So this is kind of like what helps me balance out the big meal. Ingredients, some in-betweens that gently flow into my responsibilities. So I have my main to-dos, I have my accomplishments, I have the things that need my time and attention throughout the day, but I also want to make it balanced with some exercise and movement, sometimes to pause and be still, focusing on self-care habits, giving some time to be in nature, and time for deep connection. So I feel that all of these little things can be kind of sprinkled in between my big responsibilities. Desserts. The sweet serenity. These are soothing treats to unwind with a touch of playfulness and gratitude. So some ingredients for my desserts would be permission to relax, sweet chocolate indulgences, because I love dark chocolate and I eat it without feeling bad. A look outside at my flowers. Sometimes I just need to look out the window. A creative project just for me, not for any particular project, but just for fun. A look through a past journal, reading a good book, getting inspiration from videos or magazines. So this is my sweet serenity time. And often things that I like to do to end my day, kind of like unwinding. And my drinks, I've included here a calming brew, warm and inviting teas to renew my energy and fill up my love cup. So these ingredients, I put serenity. So these are the same that I had included here. And I just wanted to be able to be a little clearer on them. This is just for beautifying, and there's a little pop-up look. This is more for me to reflect on. So serenity is trusting, being at peace, taking one step at a time. Simplicity to me means less, doing less, having less, for more quality time, more quality with family, maybe things of better quality. Tranquility, close my eyes and breathe, maybe do nothing else at all. Stability, following my heart's knowing. To me, that's stability. If I can listen to my heart, if I can follow my intuition. Clarity, focus, and prioritize joy. If I'm not clear on anything else, but I focus on joy and the things that matter to me, my loved ones, my family, that's clarity for me. And I trust that the rest will fall into place. I added what I'm choosing at this time and season of my life. So I feel that order is also really choosing what I want to focus on, choosing what I want to let go of. That's being clear. That's order for me. I made a list of things I want to choose order over, and I played with the O for order. So I chose words that started with O. I choose order over overwhelms. I choose order over obstruction. I choose order over out of control. I choose order over overloads. I choose order over outbursts. I choose order over outrage. I choose order over opposition. I choose order over overstimulation. I choose order over out of place. Order is putting things in place, finding a place, making a place. Just as finding a place for things in my new home, I'm trying to find a place for me, for who I'm becoming. Even if it's a simpler, less complicated version of me, I'm open to that and I'm ready for that. So I added a little quote, a nourishing selection to help me find balance, clarity, and peace. And here's my little flap that opens, which I wanted to use these letters for an acronym. So I wrote these acronyms. Order, what order means for me in my life and how I want to remember it and do it. Order, organize. I create cozy, clear spaces at home and work, bringing peace and calm into my day. So, again, a place for everything always helps to simplify. R for refine. I focus on the things that truly matter, setting clear boundaries and prioritizing my tasks and commitments. Delegate. I trust others with the little things. Maybe give my kids the chance to learn something. Knowing it helps lighten my load and it draws us closer because of it. I get to teach them what I've learned. I get to show them some of my skills and I get to see how they take over and do it themselves in their own way. It doesn't mean mine is better. I'm learning to just trust, letting things go and giving them the responsibility, learning to delegate. Eliminate. I let go of distractions and excess. Too much stuff, too many shoulds, so that I can make space for joy and rest and what I love. So, eliminate. That's definitely helping me to find more order in my life. I added a little something under the plate. I wrote myself a question. What areas of my life could use a little more order and peace? And how do I do it and give it a priority? So I wanted to really make it practical, down to earth for myself, not just beautiful words. So, what areas of my life could I use a little bit more order in? I wrote my home tend to responsibilities. So there's so many things I'm still getting adjusted to, where things go, routines of fixing things up, cleaning and maintaining, tidying up. So that needs a little bit more order and organization. Another one is renovations, ideas. I have tons of mood boards, tons of vision boards of different rooms and areas of my home that I want to make over and DIYs to do and things to get and places to paint, details to take care of, wallpaper here, molding there, painting doors. So there's so many tiny details. So I think I need a little bit more order and again, organization in that area. And then all my scattered ideas and inspirations for my work. I have too many things I want to do. There's too many people I want to work with. There's too many focuses. So I need some order there too. Those are three top things for me. And how to give it order, I wrote myself, maybe create some mind maps. So mind maps just help me to see things a little bit more focused and clearly. I seem to have a better big picture of things, and then I can narrow things down to the details of what needs to get done, what things I can eliminate. So overall, I think that will help me get a bit more orderly. And then on the little placemat, behind the placemat, here's a blank space I can use for something else that I get a bright inspiration idea for. And here a little quote: order begins within. When I clear my mind, my life feels more put in order. I wanted a little space here to clear my mind, either like a brain dump or putting down on paper things that I feel, things I want to do. And it kind of helps me to feel more at peace and more free for focusing on those things that are essential and key. So I asked myself, what are some helpful tools to clear my mind? I wrote, sip in silence. I don't always need to be thinking or listening to or watching or reading. Sometimes my mind needs a break, a pause, a shutdown, so I can reboot a few minutes later with a new boost, refreshed and alert for what I really need to give attention to. So just like my computer once in a while needs a reboot, I need a reboot too, and that takes not doing anything at all for a few minutes. Another helpful tool to clear my mind would be learning to put things in order of timing, of priority, of immediate need, of what is better for me. Everything in life, in nature, follows an order. I let myself follow an order of flow. And last one, I use the acronym for order, again, as a reminder: organize, refine, delegate, eliminate, restore, for different areas of my life. So I'm going to come back to this page when I feel a little bit chaotic or scatterbrain, and I'm going to come here for a bit of order because I'm ready to order some serenity, stability, simplicity, clarity, and tranquility. So that was my little page for this week on simplifying. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to be full either. I want you to just take what you want, use these sheets how you want, just make it the way that is right for you. And maybe just sit down, sip your tea, and take your order. I hope this was a fun little project and that you enjoyed the process and learning alongside me how to put your life a little bit more in order. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.